Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you this new dip kit from Sassy Saints. They have a brow lamination and a lash lift kit available on their site now, but here is their newest item, which is a dip powder kit. The gold branding on here is super cute. I love the packaging. The way that the magnet is so strong and closed the box, I love that in a box. Also, this saying, "ain't no time for social activities tonight, doing my nails, bye." I giggled when I read that. I just thought it was the most awesome thing. I thought it was so funny. Also, here are a couple of little inserts. I'm going to show you this one first. This just says, "Welcome to the fam, lady," and it's got some information on the front, shows you how to reach them, gives you their social medias, and to tag them if you were to do your nails with their product so that they can see it and they can feature you on their page. Here are some acetone removal pads. These are really good for like prepping your natural nail. It gets dehydrates and preps your nail so that you can be ready to do your dipping. Also, they included this magazine. Well, not magazine, I guess you would call it a newspaper. It's a Sassy Saints newspaper. It's got a bunch of trending topics. It's got your horoscope if you want to read that. It's got information about the owners. It's got nail trends that are going on as of the release of this. It's like your regular newspaper. And I mean, I grew up reading the newspaper. I love to read the newspaper every now and then. Just, it's got so much information in it. But what caught my eye is food. This sushi bake was so cool. Here are some of the trends that they listed that were kind of popular, and then they just show the horoscope stuff. They've got information about the owners, which I thought was really cool. You can kind of get to know a little bit about them, which I thought was really awesome. I definitely took the time to read what was on that page because this is so cool. And they give you some other information and then the colors that they offer, and a QR code to their website. Now, that was a cute thing. Now we'll move on to what's actually inside the box. So inside the box, you get a nail file. It doesn't feel super gritty, so I think it's probably 100 or 150, 180 file. It doesn't say, but I think that's what it is. A little dust powder brush and then a cuticle pusher. Everything's got their logo on it, which I think is super awesome. You can never really have your logo on too many places, if you're asking me personally. It just keeps everybody knowing what products you're really using and where they're from. I love branded items. Now, those are replacement brushes for your dip liquids. They have a matte touch. All of their items have a matte touch. They look frosted. The jars, sorry, I have like an issue with words today for some reason. The jars are like frosted and they're matte touch. They're so cool. And these are the 3 colors that I picked. I wanted to pick some colors that would go good together so that I could do I could use them all in one mani. I like to buy coordinating colors even when I'm buying anything really. Like I buy outfits together. I buy colors that coordinate. I buy things that go together. Just because that's how I am. I can't just buy random things. That's just, I don't know. I can't do that. So I love red. This glitter is what I built off of. This is so gorgeous when it's on. So y'all aren't even ready for what this looks like. It is so beautiful. It has clear mixed in. So with this particular powder, I wouldn't do a pour over. I would dip my nail in, which is what I do. The glitter and the shimmer in the powder is just awesome. I am also a huge sucker for red. Red is like my power color, my personal power color. Say that 3 times fast. But red is just, it looks orange now, but I promise after you activate it, it really turns red, which I'm going to show you now. Here are all of the colors, the glitter, the red, and then the pink. I felt like they all went really well together, and I love how they all turned out. After activating, the colors will turn to their color that you want them, that they're supposed to be. Sometimes in the jar they're deceiving, so that's why I always recommend swatching your colors when you get them. Some people don't, but I recommend it just so you can know the actual color you're going to get. Also, I did smell that base coat because I do get dip flu really bad, and I always smell a new liquid when I'm trying them out. just because I don't want to get surprise dip flu. And if I can't use it, I will not use it. I will let the company know that I just cannot use it because I don't want to get dip flu. And I'm not going to sit there and wear a N95 or whatever mask while I'm doing my nails. That's just not going to happen. There are plenty of companies that offer liquids where I don't have to wear a mask and they work amazing. So I'm not going to do that. Just personal preference. So I did smell the top coat as well because if I'm going to get dip flu, it's usually going to come from the top coat, but I always smell the base coat as well. They were really low odor. I did not use a fan or anything when I was using them, and I did not get any dip flu. So I'm super, super excited that they do not give me dip flu. Also, to remove it, I'm going to have to try that when I go to take this mani off. I actually still have it on. It's day 2 or 3 of having this mani on. I don't remember. But I have left it on. No chips, no cracks. The top coat is still gorgeous. I have not used the remove it yet. So I will have to record a video when I do use it. So here we go. We're going to get into the mani. I'm going to show you guys how these liquids work, how the powders apply, how everything works. I'm only going to show you me doing one layer on camera because I just feel like it's super repetitive and I don't know. I don't like to watch so many layers. It's just not my thing. So I figure I would not show you guys that many layers. One layer is enough to get the gist of what is going on. So I am wearing the BT Art Box Nude Medium Almond Tips. So they do give a little bit of color underneath. I generally don't like to wear clear tips, and if I do apply clear tips, I immediately put a nude color builder gel on or something. So my tips are usually nude underneath, so they're not clear. So it gives the color just a little bit of a pop underneath. I will usually either wear a white or a nude, or like a milky white. So my nails are never usually clear lately. I've been loving the nude look. All right, back to the powders. I wasn't quite sure what design I was going to do when I had started, so I just figured I would go ahead and get into it and let the powders take the design from there. So I am pouring over because with solids I seem to find that pouring over the solids helps them apply a little bit more smooth or a little bit smoother. I don't know the way to say that. They look better when I pour them over. And yes, I am breaking all of my own rules and I have opened all 3 containers and I'm doing the glitter without encapsulating and everything, so it just was a mess. But I decided to take the risk and do it anyway because I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And when I'm not sure, I usually like to open all my powders and pour them into my Dipcup liners and just kind of work like that because my brain flows a lot better when I can see everything. So the liquid's dry time. So I would say they're a fast to medium dry time because I did not apply peel base because I wanted to see how long the liquids would last because I'm testing them out. I did not have any issues applying the liquids, and I do like how thin they are, and I like this that there's no odor. I just think they dry a little bit too fast for me. I am more of like a medium dry time kind of person. If the liquids dry too slow, I can't do it. I just feel like I'm too, I don't know, a little bit of a perfectionist, I guess you can say, when it comes to doing my nails. I really don't like to get anything on my cuticle line. I really like to apply the liquids really evenly, and by the time I was getting done applying one side, the other side of the nail was dry, and then when I went to pour over, the powder just didn't stick because it was already dry on one side. So I felt like they dried just a little bit too fast for me, so I will have to just pay attention to when I'm using them. I just have to do more coats. So having that issue, this was my first time using these liquids, so I was kind of like troubleshooting as I was going. I watched a video on how they said to do the top coat and stuff, so I was watching how they said to do it, and I mean, I've been dipping for coming up on 2 years, so I kind of have a gist of what to do, how to do it. Also, my brush got stained, so I was okay with that. Not too excited about that, but the red was like super staining my brush, but not staining my skin. So I was not wanting to really use that brush for the other nails. So here are the 3 layers that I did. I decided to do an ombre, and I thought I recorded it because I just did it on the top, but I did not. I thought I hit record, but I forgot. So I figured I would show you guys hand placing some of the glitters. So what I do when I hand place I just take some of the base and I will apply it onto the nail where I want to add some of the extra glitters. And I felt like the ombre just didn't have enough of those big sparkly pieces to make it pop the way that I wanted. So I just dumped a little bit of it out on this plate, this flexible plate, and spread it out so some of the chunky glitters would get placed on. So now it looks a lot better. So now I'm going to go ahead and activate it. I do 2 layers of activation on all of my nails because I like to make sure that everything is nice and ready to be filed and that the activator is fully seeped in and dried and hardened all of the powder. Because the last thing you want is to go to file your nails and it gets gummy. So this activator, the scent is like super low. I barely even smelled it. So now I went ahead and activated everything. So now it's time to go ahead and what? Oh, I guess I show. Oh, okay. I went ahead and filed and shaped and buffed off camera. So then what you do with the, sorry, I got confused in my video. What you do with the activator is you apply a layer of activator and then you want to sit and wait for it to soak in. I'd say give it about a good 2 minutes at least to just sit there because the activator is what helps the top coat dry. So if you want a good top coat dry, you want to make sure that you're keeping the activator there and you're following the directions for this particular set of liquids. So what I did is after I let the activator dry, I do a few quick strokes and I wipe the brush off before putting it back in my bottle. Now that is very important to keep contamination from happening to your liquids is to wipe off your brush before putting it back in because the contact with the activator may possibly contaminate your liquids. I didn't want to test the theory, so I just wiped it off. And for the first coat, you just want to do a couple of quick strokes to just get the base layer onto your nails. And then as you're going to see, the liquid is going to dry and it's going to look a little bit like wrinkly or start to look matted. And that is when you want to go in with your second coat. I say once you finish all of your nails, you give it about 10 more seconds or so, and then you go back in with the second layer. So the second layer is when you're going to want to be more detailed with your top coat because you're not going to want to do a third layer. So you want to make sure you're capping your edges, you want to make sure you're getting all of the nail, and you want to make sure that everything is kind of going on really smooth. Make sure you're covering everything because this is it. Now, me personally, I like to do a gel base and a gel top coat over top of my activator. That's just what I prefer to do. I am not necessarily a dip top coat person, but I had to try it when they said that it dries in 2 minutes. It blew my mind how fast and how shiny this top coat was. It has been amazing. Like, I've had no issues, no chips, no nothing. So I totally recommend these liquids. I love them. The base coat, just be warned that it does dry quick. So you want to be on your P's and Q's when you are using the base coat. That's pretty much all I can say with that. You got to be quick or do one extra layer. Count on an extra layer. But they worked really, really good. Like, look at that shine. I have two or three lights, so that's why there's so many light things on my nails. But it's already dry. It took 2 to 3 minutes to dry, which I was shook by that because I love the quick dry time. Oh, the smudge is just from the cuticle oil that I applied. So I would totally recommend y'all giving them a try if you have not given them a try yet. Sassy Saints. The link will be in the description box along with all of the colors that I used. Make sure you check them out and let me know your thoughts. I will catch y'all in the next video.